I'm Birdie.
And welcome to Because Of Course We Did, where we discuss life as a modern artist, the way people react to us, and the things that we do, and occasionally talk about recovering from religious trauma, our own mental health journeys, and all sorts in between. Today, we're going to be getting into the weeds about different genders in the arts.
Different genders in the arts.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. We allow different genders in the arts?
Why do we do that?
What is the world coming to?
So, you're a woman.
I am indeed.
And as a woman, do you feel like people take you seriously as an artist?
I do so far. I feel like in most of my life, I don't feel like people have taken me that seriously in the things I wanted to do. But since getting into actually putting my work out into the world, I feel like I don't feel infantilized or anything. I feel like people have taken it fairly seriously, but maybe that's because like I've taken it really seriously.
Yeah, I think that's a important part of it is like a self-confidence thing. Yeah. You've started to believe whenever you say, I am an artist, because you are. So, that's a pretty easy thing to believe in if it's just a fact.
Yeah, and like thinking back, I feel like a lot of things that I thought that I could do or wanted to do and everything when I was younger, that I probably did do it like, well, I want to do this
someday,
I guess. And I feel like for the past like couple years that I've been putting my work out there and everything, I've just been kind of like, I am an artist. This is my work. Mm-hmm. Do you want to look at it? Would you like to buy it? And I do think that's made a difference. And I don't know, I think that's probably an ungendered thing. Like it's probably confidence in general.
Yeah, but I would say so.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of the spheres that I feel like women are taken more seriously.
Interesting.
Than as opposed to others. Like I feel like women in STEM, they have a hard time in that field. But I feel like in art, people kind of have weird views and they don't take art seriously all the time. But like in a weird way, you do get taken seriously because people aren't taking it seriously. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not a woman.
You're not a woman. What about a man in arts? You haven't put your work out there all that much, but how do you feel about like being taken seriously when you have?
So I'd say online, it's pretty positive. Like people don't normally say anything weird about it. They're just like, oh, this is really nice. Thank you. Or, other various positive things. They're not just like, get a real job, hippie. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say that people don't take me seriously online, but maybe in person, that's a different story because I still have a day job and I'll tell people that I do this as well as I'm a musician and people will latch on to the day job part for some reason. Yeah. Like, I think being a musician is way cooler than an office job.
Yeah, well, like saying that, I feel like people are surprised that I only do art as my job.
Do you ever get like, oh, well, what else do you do?
I feel like it's not exactly that phrase. It's more like, oh, is that all you do? Or like, is that it? Like you just do that full time? Like, or do you do it full time or not? And I guess I just choose not to take that super negatively because like a lot of times people are like, oh, that's great. Because they assume you're making a proper income, which is nice, which I would like to make a better proper income. But,
working up to that.
Yeah. I don't think that, I think that they think it's strange that you can do it as your job. But with that specifically, I don't feel like it being your job is a question. Like, I feel like everyone's going to question it a little bit. Like, there's certain people who are going to be rude no matter what. But I feel like that one's not like an extremely gendered thing. Like, a thing I was thinking about was like actually at a market, some old man was talking to me and very supportive about my work, but then he was just like, oh, when you have children, and he was like nice about it. He was like, oh no, he was like, don't give it up. Like once you'll have a baby on your hip and you'll be out here doing this. And I was just like, it's interesting how people just assume you're gonna like either like, and then some people be like, oh, when you become a mother, you'll just quit or whatever. Like they assume you're gonna like quit and be a parent, or you're going to modify what you do in order to still do it, instead of just assuming like this is your goal. And I feel like that doesn't happen probably for men, like assuming you're going to have like your children are going to change what you're doing, which is a very odd thing, but it's a kind of just a human woman problem.
Yeah. I would say that the experience is really similar, but not about having children. It's more about like having some other kind of like professional career. People don't expect you to make it as an artist. They think that like, oh, what are you going to actually do? What are you going to do to put food on the table? And like, well, art does that. There's lots of well-respected artists that make a lot of money doing that.
Well, I feel like that's kind of true for all artists, but that people expect that out of everyone, essentially. But I suppose it's kind of different. Like, I mean, granted, I'm just one person. It'd be interesting to have like a different like discussion with different people who do art to see what they think about that. But like there's an expectation that you can't. But I suppose with women, it's a little bit different because they don't assume you're going to be like the primary breadwinner. And so it's less serious that you like get a real job.
Yeah, especially with this weird resurgence of like trad wives and conservatism.
It's like, that's great. You're bringing in a little money. Like I had someone I had someone say something like that to me. Like, oh, that's so cool that you can just like make a little extra money for the home. And I'm like, fuck off. Like, leave me alone. I'm not just making a little extra money for the home. This is my profession, but okay.
Yeah, like this is the deal.
Like, it's so sweet that you're a dental hygienist, Becky. It's so great that you bring in a little extra cash to support, Derek's income.
Like, that's not exactly fair, and I don't know why people say that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. But I was wondering about like the concept of whether or not people like respond. Like I feel like it's different via like social media and like in real life, like how people really kind of respond to people in arts. But also it's kind of difficult to say because men and women often choose different directions in art.
They do indeed. As well as different social media platforms for the most part. But yeah, I feel like it is more common for men to veer towards music. There's obviously lots of very talented lady and our guys, gals, non-binary pals doing the music. But I feel like it is very heavily male focused, and then
other like handcrafts like painting and sewing and things like that would be is more dominated by women. Not that there aren't men painters or probably people who sew, but I think that probably a cutie little guy with like making shirts or something would like freaking cause a stampede. People would be like amazed, but it would be kind of like one of those things where like, it's so nice that you help your wife out with the kids. Like, ew. But yeah, I feel like there's more space, at least in the spheres of the internet that I'm on, for like women to promote themselves online. But it seems a little harder for men in that respect.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, I don't know though. Like, I follow like a couple of like male painters online, and they're really good, but their social media presence is very different from the women that I follow online. But I suppose I feel like men don't really know what to do on places like Instagram.
That's true. I have no idea what to do on Instagram.
Like, I don't know, but like, do men share their work or anything like on like Reddit or something? Like, could you even do that? Like, because you're like it's kind of like a semi-anonymous thing, isn't it? I guess unless you want it to be.
It really depends. Like, if you're in a community that's, pretty, one of the smaller ones, niche, then if you post a lot, people will recognize your name, and that'll be something. And if you're an artist, you'll probably use your actual name for whatever it is that you do, and people will recognize that. And you can always post in your own subreddit.
A subreddit for you?
Yeah, good luck getting people.
Do you have your own subreddit?
I do.
You have your own subreddit?
I do.
Will?
It's just me.
It's just you and your subreddit.
But yeah, I can post on Reddit, and I have multiple times, and that's normally where I've gotten people saying really nice things. Like, well, I've done like covers. Like, that's all I have posted at the moment is covers, and like I've done multiple Bon Iver ones and various things, and I'll post them in the associated band subreddit, and that's normally where people are like, oh, this is really nice, good job.
When are you going to share your own?
That's a great question. I need to Finish things.
You gotta finish things. I wonder if that's a thing. Is that a male-female thing, or is it just a certain personality type thing between like finishers and
I think it's a different person. Finishers and experimenters. That's what Mr. Rubin talks about. I'm an experimenter. And I just saw a video from Nest Acoustics, and he was doing all this crazy sound design stuff, and people in the comments were just like, why don't you stop that and actually record these bangers into an album? And he's like, no. And I was like, I relate to that. It was like, I've made so many really cool sounds that only I enjoy. And then I was like, well, anyway.
Well, you need to make some songs.
Yeah. I've had a mental block about it. Mm-hmm. I'm working on it, but...
Work. Senorita. Senora.
Yes. I'm working on it. We're doing the exercises in the writing book, and I feel like the block is slowly lifting. It's hard to feel like I have any right to say anything. Like
a man.
Well,
as a man.
As a man.
Like, how dare you speak, man?
It's not really, acceptable.
At least that's the way that you feel.
Yeah, that's the way that I feel.
Because of the internet discourse.
Yeah, I'm a straight white male, and people don't really care.
It's not like
that.
Maybe not quite public enemy number one, but it's close at the moment.
That's what it feels like. It's not actually that way. If you talk to people in the real world, in person,
not comment sections.
They're not gonna say anything like that. But on the social media, which is mostly what I have access to right now, that's how it feels.
Yeah, it does seem hard. Like, it's weird. Like, I really hate it because it's not something that like I want for men. I want life to be better for everyone. I am an equality believer and not a let's just switch and who's on top kind of a thing. Yes. And like, it sucks because it was like for so long women didn't have like a right to do what they wanted, and they were not respected and not wanted in various places. And now it's like, it feels like that, at least with the internet discourse. It's like men shouldn't be there, and I feel like that's just, it's unfair and it's stupid. And I feel like I don't want any world where one gender, one race, one sexuality, one anything is like the top, because that's stupid and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's like, we don't want to crush great artists regardless of their gender.
Very much.
We want to crush racist, sexist, awful people. We don't want to hear what they have to say. Mm-hmm. You should adjust your attitude.
Get some pad thai.
Change your attitude.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that, Hobbs. But yeah, I feel like it should just be okay to be a human, no matter what your attributes are. Like, you are an individual, and that makes you inherently worth something.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the discourse kind of steered off from the idea of men stepping in when a woman's trying to talk and talking over them and like stating their opinion, and that's kind of like where the men shut up, don't speak kind of thing came from. Mm-hmm. But it's just like gone to this point that it's just so unkind, and it is stopping people from being able to speak. Like, so now only like the assholes are talking who don't care about people at all, and then like kind, thoughtful, interesting people who happen to be male aren't talking because they don't want to step on anyone's toes or do anything that's deemed sexist or hateful or anything. And I think that's really sad, because we are stopping a lot when there's so much good that can come from everyone if they, choose to have what they think. Mm-hmm. If they choose to share it in an artistic way. There's so much there. And I just hate to think that like some of the most amazing painters and writers and musicians and chefs and everything have been male as well as female, but male as well. And I don't want like, a freaking Wolfgang of either in the writing of songs or the cooking of food to ever not do it because of their gender, because that's something that happened to women for centuries.
It wasn't good for them. We didn't like that.
We missed so much in what those women could have done because we decided that women as a species decided that women were lesser than, and I don't want that to happen.
Right. And the ones that were stubborn and broke through, they have some amazing things like Jane Austen. We love Jane Austen in this family.
But they were tough and they had some support, and not everyone has that. And it's like, we're asking men to be as tough in some ways. Not quite as much because there aren't legal things in the way.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same, but it's just, I don't want anything to ever go so far as to ever like actually stopping people from doing what.
I do think it's dangerous to start to think that way, because that's how it ended up that way in the first place, was like, maybe things should be different for different people.
Yeah. And it's like kind of like, one person's rights are going to be your rights. It's like once you start allowing things to become illegal, if you start allowing oppression to happen anywhere, it's just worrisome as to where it will go. Mm-hmm. And again, I don't want anyone, like, I feel like it's one of the things of the many things that have held you back from sharing your work, is that you feel like you don't have a right to be there.
Yep.
And like you feel like you don't have anything to say because what does anyone care what a straight white male is? But we've discussed this and I'm like, well, people need people. I feel like
them.
They need people like them and to connect with. Like, it's the whole idea of representation, and not like there aren't straight white males representing out there. There are.
There's a lot of us.
But there's also a lot of shitty ones who are telling people really shitty things. Like we had this discussion a while back where I was like, younger guys really need people like you. Like, because you've talked about being like, now that you're not 19, it's like it's too late or whatever. And it's like, well, there are 19-year-old guys who need a guy in his early 30s who's talking about loving things and being excited about things and feeling sad about things and everything, instead of like, optimize and max and all that garbage that's just poisoning little boys' minds.
That's fair. And I want to say I've been trying to look it up, but we're in the woods, and so I don't have any signal. I'm pretty sure it's Robert Frost, quote, talking about half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it.
That's true. I mean, like, that's what we talk about a lot of time with getting upset about things that are like on social media. It's like, well, the people who are talking, people who are commenting are the loud, obnoxious, strong opinioned people. And so you don't get a lot of like, oh, here's my really balanced opinion of things, guys. Does everyone want to weigh in on this balanced and middle range opinion? No, people want clickbait, rage bait, nonsense.
Apparently.
Like, because freaking algorithms, because of freaking CEOs, because of garbage, and we have to say no to the man.
No to the man.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I want everyone. I don't want, like, there's this whole concept because, like, I grew up in the early 2000s where it was only just starting to be like, girls can do things too. Girls can play sports. Girls can do these things. And I was like, I feel like I still have some of that, like, oh, I can't do it because I'm just a girl, and I hate that discourse that's coming around, like the just a girl and girl math, and like that just like infantilizes us and puts us back in the box that we fought so hard out of, and I'm like, fuck that. But
I hate that so much. Like, I'm not a woman, so I don't have that exact experience.
The visceral rage.
But I do have visceral rage about it because, like, I've known so many women in my life. For some reason, I've been one to mostly be friends with girls. And
like a strong woman.
Mm-hmm, my best friend is a girl. She's amazing.
Thank you.
Directly in front of me. And y'all are awesome.
Well, thanks, hon.
Like, you can and
are
men,
equal to men.
Women and men can both be amazing.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting at. Like,
capable
we're both capable of the same stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, like, I mean, I'm not saying it's exactly the same because it's not, but it's just, it definitely entices that same kind of feeling like I was talking about, like, being young and it just being kind of like, it's still kind of, women were still in kind of boxes in a way. And I feel like we've started to break out of those boxes. And then I feel like the current like culture is trying to shove women back into boxes.
Yeah. And I just hate that.
And it's trying to categorize everyone. And I don't appreciate it.
I don't think that people should be put into boxes. Like, that's something I struggle with in music, is that like these streaming platforms want you to put your music in some genre. And I'm like, well, what's my genre? Like, maybe it's got a little bit of everything sprinkled into it. It's music. It's for the people that want to listen to it. Like, I don't know what you want from me, but I feel the exact same way about people. Like, people vary so much, and like forcing them to fit into some kind of box, they're going to have to cut off parts of their personality, and then they're going to be really depressed and not know why. Well, you're not aligning with your own values.
It's like that thing I was raging about the other day about aesthetics. Like, so many people times people have told me that, like, oh, you have such like a cottagecore aesthetic or whatever, and I'm like, what? Like, don't categorize me, bitch. I'm uncategorizable.
Be uncategorizable.
Yeah, be uncategorizable. Damn. Because we're so complicated. And I think that's what makes our work rich, is that our life experiences are so different from each other, and we're so different from each other. And I feel like that's like one of those things, like, against the AI revolution is be as weird as possible. Be yourself.
Yeah, be yourself.
And that's the thing that's like frustrating, because I don't want to categorize like, you're a straight white male, I am, whatever. It's like, it's not fair, and it's so limiting as to who you are as a person. Like, I'm cottagecore. I'm not. Like, I am a person who has varied tastes, and I don't want to feel like I'm niched down into this tiny little box that means I have to stay in it, because like my work is probably going to grow and evolve with me, and what I do is somewhat vast. I mean, there's some element of needing to do things that are somewhat like, to master something, you have to like do it a lot.
Yes.
And you need to keep working on it and growing it. So like, you can't just like, you can, but it's probably not going to be very successful to do like a shit ton of things, because you're never going to be good at any of them, great at any of them. You could be good at them. That's
true. And that's one of the things that I struggle with. Like, I want to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then I'm so splintered because of that I never accomplish anything.
Yeah. I mean, you have like, it is important if you want to be a master of something, if you want to like not drive yourself crazy, to kind of focus a little bit, but like, that's in your work, and I feel like in yourself you need to like indulge your interests.
That's true.
And you need to not let people box you in. Like, again, like, you're not just like, we were talking about this a while back, where it's just like, well, you're not just a guy, you're a person with like a complicated past and complicated relationships and interesting experiences, and people will identify with you. And no matter what you've been through, even if your life has been easy breezy, beautiful cover girl the entire time you've existed, like, that's going to connect. I probably shouldn't say her name, but there's an artist out there who connects deeply with all of the easy breezy cover girls out there. That's because true. She's never experienced a real life. And if you've never connects to tons of people who have kind of had this very, very similar life experience. And there's nothing like, I guess, technically wrong with that. And it's like, if you can kind of write about very basic experiences and people connect with it, then your complicated experiences also, because most people's lives are pretty complicated. Like, because your life experience is unique, but it's also not unique. Like, I feel like it's actually not that everyone thinks that they're a freak, and like most people do. And most people think that their life experiences are so different from everyone else's. But honestly, if you put yourself, like, you actually listen, like, lots of people have had weird life experiences. And it's kind of like the thing, like, with your art, putting it out there. You think, no one's going to like this, it's so weird. There's someone out there that's going to like it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, think about one of the most popular British rock groups of the past 20 years. I don't know. I'm some number of decades. Radiohead. They're fucking weird. And I love them. They're great.
Lots of people love them.
Lots of people love them and still do. I see Gen Zs and maybe even Gen Alphas being like, oh yeah, this is Radiohead. It's really good.
What's his name? Tom York.
Yeah.
Tom York?
Tom York.
The weirdest people who have ever walked this planet.
Tom York is who I want to be when I grow up. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like, with connecting it back to like art, is like, I think he's just putting it out there, like, and having people, like, I think that's one of the biggest the hardest obstacles, no matter what your hiccup is, whatever your stumbling thing is that you have to actually put your work out there, and you will find people who like it. And I think his main point is just not to give up.
Yeah. And people don't have to be exactly like you to enjoy it. Like, think about Jane Austen. Like, what time period is that from?
Like Georgian and Regency.
Yeah, I thought I was going to say Regency, but I didn't want to seem like an idiot. But, yeah, so Jane Austen was a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
And people read that still, and they relate to it.
Because she was honest about her human experience.
Right. And people didn't, like, these days are not going through the exact same things that Jane Austen went through and her characters, but they are.
But they are in a way. Maybe it's not exactly the same, but it's the same human interaction stuff and everything that people can still deeply identify with.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of art, is that it can be this new thing that people have never seen or heard before, but it isn't. Like,
yeah, and I think
something
that's
human to it.
That's probably like the common thread with art, is that it connects people to themselves and to history and to everything, because it may be different or new, but it's also not, because like you said, like it connects to a human experience. And I like a lot of people want to create things and want to share things, and I feel like no matter how weird you are, there's some other people out there who are like you. And I feel like that's such a human thing and a connecting thing. And like, I feel like there's always going to be people out there who want to see the kind of work you do or hear it or whatever it is.
And I feel like I say this every episode, but there's only one you. No one else can create what you can create.
It's true.
Unless, like you said last time, that if you're just copying someone else, then obviously the person you're copying can make that. But if you're being authentic to yourself, then
there's no one else that can do it, no matter what gender or race or sexuality or oddness you are. And I feel like, again, like not boxing yourself into a certain kind of personality traits or aesthetic, I think is really important. I mean, like, if it helps you feel like you can kind of figure out yourself better, that's great. But to be boxed into it, I feel like isn't any good, because you aren't whatever core. You're you.
Mm-hmm. You're you.
You're you core.
I like that. That's good. I'm me core.
Me core. Very silly.
I like it. That's a very positive and uplifting message.
Yeah. Thanks for chatting about it.
Yeah.
Go team.
Go team.
You got anything else?
I don't think I have anything else. Do you want to tell anybody about your markets?
I guess. I mean, will this come out whenever that's a time? Well, I guess okay. I am going to be at the Big Crafty on July 11th and 12th. In Asheville, North Carolina, with a ton of other very talented artists at, the Harrah's Event Center in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's my first time at this festival, art market, and I'm super excited. So if you happen to listen to this, and it's still 2026, then you should come and see me.
Yeah. I'll be there helping out, but it'll be her art.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
My work in real life. I should show my work at some point.
Yeah. I think that'd be cool.
But if you know who I am, which is likely, then you should come and see me and say hi.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Bye.
Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Bye. Oh my God.